Granite Games Qualifier 2019 Workout 1. It's going to be 15 squat cleans at 135 pounds, 15 total bars, 12 bar facing burpees. It continues on 4 minutes per round. So if you finish the first round, you get an additional 4 minutes, and then you get into the second round, which is going to be 13 squat cleans, 15 total bars, 12 bar facing burpees. The weight for the squat cleans goes up and the reps go down every additional round. So we're starting off here with 15 squat cleans at 135 pounds. I did not plan on doing the Granite Games qualifiers, but I saw this workout and at first I was like, that looks absolutely horrible. There's no way I'm going to do that. And then I started to think. I thought about 19.2 and getting 7 reps at 275 pounds and the weight just murdering me. And I wanted to see if I could get to the 275 bar and get out of it. So we're going to see if we did here in the next 25 minutes, I guess. Oh, maybe I just gave it away. So funny story about this workout. I did not tell my wife that I was going to do it because I assumed she was going to freak out because I'm supposed to be prepping for the age group online qualifier and not doing stressful qualifiers. But I wanted to use this as a, just a gauge to see, how far along my fitness has come. And I didn't think that it was going to be as bad as it looked on paper. And in actuality, I was very cold for this, and bar facing burpees and total bars are my jam. So really this was more about being able to have the confidence to lift the bar. And as you can see, I'm kind of cruising here in that first round. 135 pound squat cleans. I can hold on to 135 pounds squat cleans for at least 21 reps unbroken. So this is a very comfortable weight for me. We're moving into the second round, so I'm just now starting my second rep at 175, and it didn't feel too bad. I felt like I was moving well. I didn't start to have any issues. My heart rate was a little jacked up from the bar facing burpees. I probably, in hindsight, should have spiked my heart prior to actually performing the workout, which I didn't. And that's just because I was, stressed about time, because we got a class that's getting ready to start in the day. So I wanted to get done with the workout before the class got there. And we had issues with our printer. I was trying to print off the scorecard for the judge, and the printer was being dumb. So I'm running around. I stretched, but I didn't actually do anything besides air squats, and maybe one or two total bars, and 1 or 2 bar facing burpees. I didn't even have my knee sleeves on until that we had already recorded the weights prior to the workout when I was getting ready to start the clock, and I was like, oh, I probably want my knee sleeves, and I had to run over and get my knee sleeves like an idiot. Couple things that happen here that's funny if you pay attention. Here in a few, they end up losing one of the clips and have to rush over to the orange buckets behind the clock to to get other clips, because the ones that we have are those rubbery band clips where they're bendy, so you can just easily pull them off and put them back on. It's almost like a slap band that you used to have when you're in second or third grade. I'm probably dating myself by talking about the slap bands, but yeah, that's what the collars were. And at one point here, you're going to see it, they pull it off and it flies off and it goes halfway across the floor, and they're searching for it mid-wad, and I'm just in a daze and stupor about what's going on. So this is this is me finishing up the second round of bar facing burpees, and the weight that they have on there is a 205. So I'm getting ready to start. What is it? 11 reps at 205 pounds, and I am not really enjoying these burpees. It's probably at this point in the workout where I realized that I probably underestimated the workout after I overestimated the workout, which is pretty much my style. And you see me there, I'm like, oh, all right, well, here we go. I don't remember my heart rate being this elevated when I got to the third bar, 19.2. So burpees do make a difference. At least that's what I'm hoping based on the leaderboard, but we'll see. I still feel like I'm moving well. It doesn't, it hasn't really hit me. It's just discomfort. And I think a lot of times when you're working out, that's typically what happens is, it's about who wants to dig through the uncomfortability of the workout. And I feel like the amount of volume that I train at this point, you just gotta grind through it. And this is traditionally what separates a lot of people. They don't want to hurt, or they don't like to be uncomfortable for 10 plus minutes. So I was very fortunate here because I had texted the guy in the green shirt. His name's Adam. I said, hey man, can you come judge me? And originally I was going to have him be the only person there that was going to be swapping my weights. And I was like, well, it's no big deal. It'll be fine. And, right as we were getting ready to start, my buddy on the far in the dark green shirt, his name's Keith, he showed up, and I was like, hey, can you help him swap weights? And he's a nurse, so he works a night shift. So he's probably been awake at this point for about 30 minutes. He lives very close to our gym. So he's kind of just like standing there, waiting for Adam to tell him what weights to change, because Adam had already worked out all the different, weights that were going to get applied. It's a little strange, the weights going from 135 to 175. It would have just been easier if it was 185 in all honesty, and then from 185 go to 205, because then you could have just added tens. But yeah, it is what it is. Very fortunate to have these guys come and help out. It made it a lot easier. I know one of the gentlemen that's in the Misfit Masters group, he tested the workout and he did it. He changed his own weights and he still managed to get to that third bar. And I was like, whoa. I don't think I definitely wouldn't have done that well if I would have had to change my own weights, because I would have wasted a minute trying to change weights. And then, as you're changing weights, you kind of slow down. See, here's the point. Adam's running over to the other side to get clips because the clips were lost. Yep. Because it just flung off, but it is what it is. They made it work. I'm just sitting there burping around them. Yeah. So we're finishing the 205 round. So that's what? The third round. This is the end of the third round. So at this point, I have 12 minutes. And as soon as I finish this last set of 12 bar facing burpees, my time will extend out to 16. For me, just reality was distorted at this point. The burpees, I'm fairly certain in my mind, I was like, this would be so much better if it was double unders and not bar facing burpees. But with the bar facing burpees, you can manage your heart rate a little bit by just going a little bit slower. But you could tell, all right, now I'm changing the wrist wraps, getting some chalk. I've got a good, 6 minutes here to get through this bar. I think I'll be okay. decided to finally put my shirt on. I put my shirt on late because I didn't want to have the shirt on the whole entire workout and get it drenched by the time I got to the heavier bars. So, yeah, maybe if I could have had an extra shirt, but it's pretty humid. And the thought process was get to that fourth bar. Once you're there, put on the shirt, put on the weight belt, and just go. I wasn't sure how 245 was going to feel. I assumed it wouldn't be bad because of, what 19.2 felt like, but, it's a little heavier. I've already, at this point, done more bar facing burpees than I did in 19.2, obviously, because there were no bar facing burpees. So, hit my first lift. It feels light. I'm like, okay, that's going to definitely do something to my heart rate. I got 5 minutes. I can get through this. So this is going to be 9 at 245. If you look over at Keith, he's kind of wobbling around, still, waking up. But there's moments where he just looks at me and he's like, "You're doing great. Just keep moving, Ren." Like, very calm, cool, collective. It was very soothing, especially when, your heart rate's elevated and you're trying to stay calm, having that voice of reason that you can look to, and they're just kind of like, "Whoa, just stay calm. You're doing fine. Just keep moving. You're halfway through. You've got 2/3 of the way. You're 2/3 of the way done. You've got 1/3 of the way to go." 245 is a weight that I'm, fairly comfortable moving, at least mentally. I know physically I'm strong enough to move it, but mentally it doesn't, mess with my head. There are certain weights that as soon as that weight goes on the bar, even though I know I can move the weight, it's in my head. It's a confidence thing. So, trying to get through here, and at this point I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, so you got to stay steady, you got to move through, you're about to get to that 275 bar. This should be, just getting into the 275 bar is probably a good score, a good top 10 score. I'm probably wrong about that at this point. I'm thinking, at least during the workout, I'm like, I need to get into the 275 bar. So as many reps as I can possibly get at 275. So just stay cool and calm here. Don't spike your heart rate. Don't try to go too fast. That's going to be the key to success on this one. And we're just trying to slowly take our time, hit a rep, take a step back. Keith's talking to me like, "You're doing fine. You're doing fine." Adam's getting antsy because I'm not moving as fast as I probably should. Maybe he's checking his cell phone. Pull felt good. Catch felt good. Now they're changing weights. So now we're going to the 275 bar. And so when I said earlier that there are some weights that mess with my brain, it's at this weight and above where, it doesn't matter how strong my pull feels. I get a little nervous about this weight. I struggled to get 275 for years, and it hasn't been. This past year has probably been, the first time in my entire life where, I know I can move 275, no issue. Like, it's not a thing, right? But in a Metcon, a qualifier workout, it's a long workout, a lot of squatting. You get to that point, your body's fatigued, you're not sure. I almost tripped over the bar, so I walked back over to get the jump. Just trying to grind here, because at this point, as soon as I finish these burpees, I extend out the 20 minutes. And I was cutting it close on this round. I didn't realize how close I had cut it, because we're looking at, 1 minute left to get out of the round, right? Was that 11? I think this is 12. And he's got to put a tie break time. So my tie break time was 15 minutes. So he's writing down the tie break time. At this point, I know it's about to get real. I've got 5 minutes to get through 7 of these things. How's this going to go? We're about to find out. Get my belt. I had to take the belt off for the bar facing burpees. I don't like having that thing. I don't like it bumping up against my stomach when I hit the ground. Probably something that I should get used to, because I just wasted, I got 30 seconds right there. So I don't even really, I have 4 minutes to complete 7 squat cleans at 275 pounds, 15 total bars, and 12 bar facing burpees. So yeah, we're cutting it close here. First pull is always the most important one. You never want to have a fail, so I usually take a little bit longer. I hit 275. It's at that moment I'm like, wow, that did not feel as terrible as I thought it was going to feel. So maybe we're going to be fine here. I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe I'll try to go like 1 rep every 30 seconds. Let's see how that goes. But obviously I'm over there. Yeah. I like to yell before I lift a heavy weight. So here we go, 2, 5 to go. So at this point, I've done 2 reps in 1 minute. That's not terrible. How long do I take to get to that third one? So see if we're going for that third one. So now we're looking at, our third 30-second window. Hit it, no problem. Nice and light. Feels good. Super happy on the inside. My heart rate's jacked. Man, I hate lifting heavy weights when my heart rate is this jacked, but I guess that's why they make us do it, because not everybody can do it. So, and you can just see it's like trying to catch my breath. Here we go. 4. I'm looking for any excuse to just not stare at the bar. So there's 4 in 2 minutes. So we're staying in that window of 30 seconds, 1 rep every 30 seconds. So we go 5. Gotta go. Starting to get in, so we got 90 seconds. Here we go. Taking my sweet time. 6. And so we now have 1 minute and 10 seconds to get out of the round. No big deal. Hit it, drop it, go, jump up. Oh, I'm not moving. Adam's basically telling Keith, hey, don't worry about it. He's not getting out of this round. And so like I said, total bars and bar facing burpees are my jam. And I'm like, every rep matters. Let's see what we can do. Hold on to the rig. Adam's sitting there counting. Get down. And I just blow my wad. Like, that's all like I can say. Like, I was like, look, you just dump everything into it and get every rep that you can. And if you don't get out of the round, you don't get out of the round. And There we go. There's 12. It's at this point, I'm screaming, hooting, and hollering. Adam's like, I guess we're done. And then I'm like, put weight on the bar. Let's do this shit. Because obviously, I just smashed 15 total bars and 12 bar facing burpees. Throwing my wrist wraps off, gymnast wraps, trying to take my shirt off. Taking my shirt off, and then I'm like, no, I shouldn't take my shirt off because I'm going to try to hit 295 now, so I need to keep my shirt on. I'm sitting there just dead because I just dumped all my energy into the last 60 seconds. And Keith's like, you're doing good, bro. You're doing good. Just keep moving. Gonna chalk up. The clips on the bar. They're over here trying to convince me, all right, you're fine. You're fine. And I'm like, I'm dead. At this point, it's been at least a minute. Trying to catch my breath, chalking up. Looking over at my belt, I stop. Ask Adam if he can grab it because I'm afraid I'm going to go out of the frame, because at this point I didn't realize that I'd probably already stepped out of the frame, as you saw. So like I said, any weight over 275 is where I'm a little nervous. And at this point, it's just bonus. I wanted to get out of 275. I didn't think it would be possible just based on the volume. So I'm pretty ecstatic at this point. And I'm like, fuck it. We're going to chalk up. We got 2 minutes. We're going to see what we can do. Keith and Adam are like, all right, you're doing fine. You got this. No worries. Keith's like, all right, let's get it. Let's get it. Trying to motivate me. I'm looking at this bar like, fuck. Here we go. You got to just suck it up. You got to suck it up. Pull was there, catch was there. I'm pretty excited because I've never hit 295 in a workout. Throw my belt off. I'm done. And they're like, no, no, no. You got one more in you. You got at least a minute. I'm like, I think hitting that, for me it was bonus. And I didn't anticipate hitting it. And the fact that I did, I was like, okay, well, all right. So they kind of motivate and basically tell me I'm going to do it one more time. So I get chalked up. They're ready. I'm ready. This is it. We're so close. 25 seconds on the clock. Get set. Everything's good. Pull. Get under it. No. And that is a wrap. I just called it. Obviously, I'm yelling at the camera because I'm just hyped.